A viewer says too many people commute in Hamilton. Too many people commute in Hamilton in their cars, specifically. What would each candidate do if elected to promote, for example, cycling, carpooling, and/or public transit? Let's start with Bob Mayoral.
Well, I supported the bike trail system that started a while ago and have supported it consistently. Certainly through voting at the regional council, I support the HSR. I've been a major force in getting the GO train terminus located in the downtown and up and under construction, as is happening at the H&B station. All of these are important, but the automobile is important too. And so it's a multifaceted answer. I support the areas that the caller mentioned very strongly, and I think my voting record is there if she wishes or he wishes to peruse it. But looking after the other vehicles, bearing in mind we're one of the major trucking centers in this country. Trucks are very important to this local economy. We're the busiest bulk container port on the Great Lakes system, to say nothing of being still Canada's industrial capital. We need the access for vehicles, and that's equally important.
Thank you. Alan Skedden.
Well, I find it very hard to believe that we still charge our seniors to take buses. Whatever happened, they created this city. These people should have free transit.
Paul Decker.
Well, I think to stick with the question and not wander off on the expressway, I think just for a minute, I think we have a decent HSR system, a decent bus system.
Thank you. Steve Bunn.
Well, as far as non-motorized varieties of commuting, I do support bike trails. More than anything else, will decrease the traffic flow within the city. Also, my proposal for the slide rides down the mountain, while primarily aimed as an entertainment vehicle and in order to attract tourism, it will also stand as a viable form of trans-mountain transportation. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to remind our viewers that our number is 645-3232 should you have a question. Here's a combination of a couple of questions. Where do the candidates stand on the one-tier, two-tier, or no regional government issue? Take your pick, candidates. Let's start with Paul Decker.
Well, I think one-tier and two-tier is, I guess you could label it as being a buzzword for this campaign. Or this election, one-tier or two-tier. I think the question really should be, and I guess what it is are we over-governed? It's pretty simple, we are over-governed. We do have to look at ways in minimizing elected officials. That's what we have to do.
That's it?
Yes.
It's fine. Steve. Another viewer wants to know, the downtown area needs help. If elected, what would the candidates propose to do about it, and be specific? Alan Skedden.
Well, for one thing, downtown needs effective policing. There's far too much crime rampant on the street downtown.
It's a big job, but Hamilton can do it, and I think the plan that I will be advancing will help push it in that direction.
Thank you, Mr. Decker.
I thought you were saying 5 minutes, not stop. I apologize.
No, 5 seconds, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Decker.
All as well, good 5 minutes. In order to bring back life into the city center, Gore Park area, if you will, we must set an environment or an atmosphere to encourage people back.
Away from our restrictive kind of debate here to a more unrestricted one, free for all, if you will. Let you dictate the content of the debate. So who wants to go first, and what do you want to talk about?
I think I'd like to start with police protection.
Go.
Jim, in 1986, our population was 306,000. The amount of sworn police officers was 667. Today, 1994, population 318,000. Sworn police officers, 646. The third year, have a total of 700 sworn police officers for our region.
How do you expect to pay for them?
Through downsizing of regional government, municipal government.
No increase in taxes?
Through absolutely no increase in taxes. And maybe a savings in taxes.
Okay, let's see who else wants to participate in this. Go
Well,
ahead,
I recall President Bush said, read my lips, no new taxes, and That's certainly an easy thing to say, and it's also easy to play with figures. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Spectator had to correct some figures on numbers of police as compared to about 8 years ago. I won't attempt to do that tonight, but that's a very easy issue to play with. But
Or is that the biggest thing you're getting?
Policing is a big issue, and as far as the numbers and the amount of sworn police officers, believe me, call public relations at the police department in Hamilton, and they'll certainly reflect those numbers that they've also reflected to me. In speaking with some frontline officers, in fact, that I've spoke to, they've explained to me that they don't need better firearms, not an issue for them. They don't require computers in their cars. They don't require high-emission burning V8 engines in their cruisers. What they need is to be given back the authority they once had. That's what they need, and that's from the frontline officers.
What are they telling you at the door, though?